What's going on, guys? This week we're going to be taking a look at the Ghost Sculpture box in Animation Throwdown. First up, let's break down the legendary power combo of the box, Brian Statue. This is a fantastic pre-combo. While its attack is pretty average, bordering on the lower end for pre-combos, its HP is superb. 60 HP for a pre-combo is beyond great, and it's made even better by its 12 sturdy and 11 bodyguard. This is a card that can take several hits. Its 8 Motivate is also phenomenal, as it isn't exclusive to a show or trait. It's an excellent defensive card and a pretty effective buffer for offense. Not to mention, it will still be usable once the artistic BGE ends. There's nothing not to love about this card. Now moving on to the items. First up is the new legendary art item, Ghost Boy. This card is a pretty versatile item. Its stats are pretty average and on par with older items, and the same can be said for its skills. But don't let that dissuade you from it though, as its 5 Cripple All is still very useful, and the 13 Leech is also a nice touch to help keep its HP up as well. And though it may be more or less a clone of some of the older items, its combos definitely aren't. We already covered this next item last week in my review of the Portrait box, but to recap, once again, this card's stats are pretty average, though this one is more on the offensive side than defense with its 41 HP, since that is on the lower end. Its skills, on the other hand, are pretty on fleek. The 7 Motivate is a great utility, even more so that it isn't bound to one particular trait or show, and the 7 Hijack is a great way to help you keep your enemy's cards in check from crazing too much against you. The Heal All 4 is also a nice touch, but unfortunately it is limited to artistic cards only, which is fair considering that this card would be too good without that limiter. And the last item in the box is the older Christabel's Painting card. Don't let the fact that it's an old card fool you though, this is a great card. It has 51 HP, which makes it great for defense, and its 7 bodyguard helps protect it so that it can take more hits. And speaking of hits, its 8 punch is a nice perk for your enemies to have to contend with. The 4 Heal All is also nice to make this a great healing utility card, but once again, keep in mind, it only applies to other art cards for that. And that's it for the items. For an in-depth look at all of the art items in the game and a detailed analysis of all of their combos that they make, be sure to check out my Art BGE guide video after this if you haven't already seen it. The link will be in the description, or you can go ahead and click the clickable link in the video in the top right corner there. Now let's take a quick look at the characters in this box. First up is Fry. Fry is one of the best offense character cards in the game. He has so many great combos across practically every BGE and makes some great support combos for art. Though his 7 Payback is a nice touch, Payback is primarily a defensive skill, while Fry's 38 HP makes him less than ideal for defense. He's a high risk, high reward type of card defensively. His 10 boost isn't amazing though, and his 10 shield to Futurama cards make him an ideal character to run in Siege for a Futurama island. This is definitely a character worth having several copies of. And the other character is Gene. Gene's stats are pretty run-of-the-mill, but where he really shines is his skills. The 8 Motivate isn't bound to a single show or trait, which is awesome, and the 6 Hijack is a useful counter to help you keep control of the board. The 12 Gas is also very nice to help you eat through your opponent's cards that much quicker. Another great thing about Gene is that he's one of those rare characters with a built-in trait. He's a music card, so he will be getting a buff during the music BG when it's active, as well as in Siege on a music island, as well as a Bob's Burgers island. Now for the epic pre-combos. First up is Fry's Macaroni art. While I'm a fan of this card's skills, its stats kill it for me. Its 34 HP is atrocious. The 15 attack though is nice and will hit pretty hard on offense, especially with the BGE buff. The skills are where it really shines though. It has great support for other art cards with its 9 shield and sheer duo. It's a self-healing to a small extent with its 8 leech as well. This card might work alright at the free-to-play level to an extent, but its long-term potential is pretty small. I don't see it as being very useful outside of the art BGE, and even during it I find it pretty lackluster. The other epic pre-combo is Censor Stan. While slightly better than Macaroni art, I'm still not sold on this card. The HP being out of the 30s range is nice, but 42 is still low in my opinion. And I could forgive this card if its attack were higher than 13, but it's not. Its skills are amazing though. Hijack is just always a useful skill to have in your pocket for when you need a counter to a crazed card, and the 5 bomb, while not overwhelming by any means, can still be annoying for your opponents to deal with. Keep in mind though, the bodyguard from the RPG will most likely block all of those. What's really cool about this card though is its 8 cheer, because it can go to any card. Once again, I can see this card finding some successful use at the free-to-play level, but personally it's not doing enough for me to justify the watts to level it. My final thoughts on this box is that overall, it's a pretty good box. While its epic power combos leave some to be desired, the characters and items are all pretty great, and the legendary power combo is top tier. That alone elevates this box from a 3 turd rating to a 4 out of 5 turds. Honestly, I think if there's only one box this whole BGE that you were to pull from, this should be it. And with that being said, let's go ahead and do some pulls. We'll start out with the first special deal pull. 800 gems for a 3-card pull. Alright, not too bad. Managed to snag one of the Brian statues from it. Let's see if I can get 3 more on the next special deal pull. The second pull that we're going to be doing here is going to cost 3,500 gems now, but it's going to be a 10-card pull with at least 2 guaranteed legends. Here we go. Alright, not too shabby. 8 out of 10 were legends. Unfortunately, I didn't get the quad for any of the cards there that I had before, but it did give me 1 more Brian statue, so that makes a dual fuse, and still ultimately, I got 9 legendary cards from 13 pulls for 4,300 gems, so I can't complain. Now, I ended up liking this box enough that I did end up pulling more into this box because I wanted to quad out from my Brian statue card there. I'm not going to bore you with all the pulls, but in case you guys were wondering what the magic number was to complete the quad, it was 79. Kong really gave me the business on that one. And I'd also like to take a quick moment to apologize for the tardiness of this review video. While I was originally putting it together, my freaking computer crashed and the stupid program didn't save anything, so I had to restart from scratch. So, I'm sorry for the delay on the video, guys. That's why there wasn't detailed combos in this review like previous ones had. I just wanted to make sure I was able to get this out to you before the box was actually gone in-game. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click that like button, and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Till next time, guys. Peace.